Hey guys, I thought I would open up the vlog. It is Monday already. We had a bit of a hiccup flying out on Saturday. We missed our gate by like 2 minutes, so we had to rebook, and thankfully the lady who was at the airport was like incredible, and we ended up getting a flight that was like halfway through the day instead of at the end of the day, which was great. By the time we got here though, we had woken up at 4 a.m. our time, and by the time we went to sleep it was 5 a.m. our time. So we were like, it took us 25 hours our time to get here. It was crazy. It was so late when we got here. But we went to see Yosemite Falls yesterday and it was absolutely beautiful. And then today we went to Mariposa Grove, which just has these huge like sequoia trees. I think that's what they're called. It was gorgeous. It was so beautiful. Like, this is the place where we're staying. These are all, can't really see right now. It's so beautiful here. It's so pretty and it's crazy. Like, we're up where a bunch of like the wildfires were, so it's just like the desolation of that along the side of the mountain is just crazy. Like, to see how much damage was done and how many trees were lost is just so wild to see, like up close and personal. And like, even just outside this cabin there's trees that are burned. Like, the fire was right up, just up the hill here. It's just such a shame how many trees were just ruined with that. So sorry this is kind of montagey. Jared's family is not very social media friendly, so I don't want to be all up in their business, and so when I take video I try to be really careful not to get anyone else in it. As far as it being claimed a reading vlog, I read a whopping 15 pages last night before I fell asleep of Pride and Prejudice, but I just got to a good part. I'm like, anybody who knows, there's like a part where Mr. Darcy writes a letter, and that's all I'm gonna say in case anybody still hasn't read it yet, and I'm not the only one. But I'm halfway through that part because I just could not stay awake last night. It's just, I was so tired. But it's like, I feel like it's gonna start turning around, and like, I'm excited to see where it goes. But yeah, that's all I really have to update on right now. I just got a bug on my head. We had a lot of fun today. We walked a decent amount. We're gonna, I think, climb the mountain on hopefully Thursday or Friday. I'm not sure exactly when. Hopefully I get up there. I'm so excited to share all the like little video clips and stuff of all the places we've been because it's just so incredibly pretty here. Hey guys, well, we made it to the base, or like where we were gonna make camp last night. Well, this is as far as I got. About halfway up, I started feeling pretty crappy. I think I threw up like 3 or 4 times on the way here. And then again, once we were like in bed, I made this like little tenty thing to keep the sun off, because I made like I put up the bug net because the mosquitoes are like swarming, and then it got incredibly hot, so I just threw a bivy sack over top because, man, I feel like garbage. But yeah, I'm literally in one of the most incredibly beautiful places I've ever seen, and I'm stuck under a stupid mosquito net. Head on some sweatpants for a pillow, feeling so nauseous, and like I keep trying to eat, but it just keeps feeling like it's gonna come back up. So I'm trying to just keep little bits down and drink as much water as I can without it coming back up, because I feel yucky. Hopefully, as long as it's just the altitude, which I think it is, like partially exertion because I have not walked or whatever that far probably since I was 10 years old,
and it didn't go well when I was 10, because I was 10. But, like, I thought my legs were going to give out on me, but it wasn't my legs. My legs actually feel pretty good, like, pretty well fine. I thought they were going to be really stiff. I'm fine. It's just the rest of my body can't handle the altitude, and it totally sucks. But I'm glad I at least made the trek. It was like, I think it was like 10 kilometers to get here, which means I have to walk 10 kilometers back with a backpack on, like the big hiking packs. But thankfully, it's mostly downhill. And hopefully the lower I go, as long as it's the altitude, I'll feel better and better on our way out. Probably still tired because I haven't eaten much and because I've thrown up so much. But hopefully I'll feel like pretty much instantly better once we get back down to the bottom. I'm so sad, guys. It's so pretty here. There's like, just over behind where you guys are, there's like snow-capped mountains. They're so pretty, and we were gonna climb Mount Ritter, I think is what it's called. It's like the highest peak here, and I didn't even get off the ground. Like, I barely got up the hill at all because I suck. But I definitely tried. We had to, like, last night getting here was ridiculous because it got dark probably an hour or two before we got to camp. And that wasn't supposed to happen, but I just couldn't keep up. I was just feeling so awful. But we couldn't turn back either, like, just the way that it is. There was no turning back. We had to make it here. We couldn't just sleep on boulders, but we had to pass this, there's like a waterfall, which normally would be really cool. But in the dark, we were climbing over these massive boulders. If I think about it and can get over there again, I'll try and take a clip, maybe, if I can. Of these boulders we had to climb over, but we were just like climbing around the waterfall kind of on these massive boulders with these massive packs, and I kept having to like throw up on my way, and it was awful. Oh man. And then I had like a slight panic thing. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it on this channel, but a few years ago, probably like 6 years ago now, Jared and I went whitewater kayaking, and that was the only time we've ever gone. We ended up in a rapid that was just huge, and I had never even done it before. Like, I'd never even kayaked before. And so we got caught in this massive rapid, and like, I got out of my kayak just fine, but then when I came up to surface, my helmet actually got caught. Like, somehow the kayak had gotten thrown right back over top of me, and the chin strap of my helmet got stuck inside of the kayak, and I couldn't get it off for a minute, and it really freaked me out. And then the rest of the day was just me hyperventilating every time I heard rapids, which sucks when you have to walk down a river that's full of whitewater rapids. But anyway, we were beside this waterfall, and Jared leaned out to like fill water bottles or something, and I just like started having like a panic. I wouldn't call it a panic attack. I don't know what a panic attack is. I've never had one. But I definitely started just feeling so nervous and awful, and I was already nauseous, and I just had a moment, and Jared had to like walk me. We had to finish going over that one part just until it was quieter again, because it was freaking me out. And it was dark, like pitch black dark. All we had were like headlamps. And then we finally made it here, and there's a different way out, so we don't have to go over all those boulders again, but I am not looking forward to the walk back, like, at all. But anyway, I am probably going to go back to sleep now. I don't know what time it is. They're supposed to be back here at 2. Sorry, this is a very awkward angle because I can't sit up. It's too short, and I feel crappy. Anyway, I will catch up with you guys when hopefully I feel less gross.
Is it chilly? Hey guys, I thought I'd come on here really quick and close out the vlog. I can't remember what I last said, but I think the last clip was me being sick at the bottom of a mountain. The altitude sickness has subsided, finally. We're back down on normal ground. Now we're in San Francisco. We're flying home tomorrow. But man, after that clip, we had to walk another, I think it was like 11 or 12 kilometers back out. Thankfully downhill, but I was feeling it, and I was feeling it hard, and I wasn't sick that day, but I felt like I was gonna throw up anything. I think I ate like 12 gummy bears the entire time because I couldn't keep anything down, and I felt so sick. I should have eaten, and I know I should have eaten more, but I just felt like anything that I put in my system was gonna come back up. So I couldn't do it. I could barely stomach anything, and it sucked. Oh my goodness. I was so sad that I couldn't even attempt to climb the mountain because I was so sick. I just felt so nauseous. I couldn't move, and it sucked. And on our way back out, we had to go through this creek. We came in over those boulders that were super sketchy, and I was like, I cannot climb those boulders again with all that weight on my back. And then we ended up having to go through a river instead. And so we had soaking wet boots for the entire thing. We were dry for 20 minutes, and then we walked through that creek, and then we had to walk through 2 other ones, I think. Thankfully, we made it out good. Got to the bus just in time. There was a bus that takes you back down to where we were parked. And I thought it was the last bus, so at the last minute, I started just running, and I don't even know where that energy came from because I had no energy left. And I ran to that bus because I just wanted it to save me and take me back down. Although after thinking about it and realizing, we got down from the mountain and back to this little village that's at the bottom, and I still felt so assy. And I didn't end up feeling good until, well, not good, but not nauseous for an hour out from there. And so I think the altitude sickness probably started lower than I thought it did. Anyway, we're good. Everything is good. We drove into San Francisco this morning. It took us 4 hours, I think, to get here. We fly out tomorrow, but we went to, oh man, now what is it called? Bourdain's? I don't know if it's Bourdin, Bourdin's, Bourdin. I don't know if it's a French name, Bourdin or Bourdin. I don't know how they say it here, but it's the place that has all of the amazing sourdough stuff, and we got sourdough bowls with clam chowder in them, and I love clam chowder, and I love me some sourdough, so it was so good. It was so tasty, and they had craft beer there, and it was really good. And then after that, my only thing on my bucket list for coming to San Francisco was I really wanted to drive by the Full House, and I know that's probably super touristy, and I felt a little bit rude because it is a residential area, But literally we pulled up, I hopped out, took like 3 pictures, and then got in the car and left. Like we were very quiet. We were there for like maybe 45 seconds because I didn't want to be a jerk. But also I really thought it was so cool to see the house because I loved Full House growing up, and my sister and I love watching Fuller House, and we're sad that the like revamp is going to be done this year. So I really wanted to see that house. I just thought that was such a cool thing, considering like I've seen that show like so many times, and I was like, I really want to see the Full House. And so after we did that, then we drove down to the ocean and we dipped our toes in the ocean. It wasn't Jared's, I think it might be Jared's first time in this ocean, but not the first time in an ocean. But for the kids and I, it was our first time ever going to any ocean, and it was so cool, and we got way more soaked than we were planning. I did take some clips, so those you would have already seen them. It was super fun. We had so much fun today, and then now we're back at the hotel. Jared took the kids down to go swimming because we couldn't swim in the ocean because where we were, it was just like super choppy, like the waves were massive, and we got soaked, like just super soaked. The kids ended up just having to change in the parking lot, and Jared and I were just like soaked from thighs down, but we had so much fun, and this trip was so cool and so much fun, and we saw so many cool things. And even though I didn't make it up that damn mountain that I wanted to make it up, I did hike about, I think it was around 22 or more kilometers in 2 days on an almost empty stomach, extremely nauseous. So clearly I have more stamina than I thought I did. So that was exciting. We got a lot of really good pictures. I tried to get as much video as I could. I'm like, it's so bittersweet because I'm so excited to go home and see my chickens and mostly see my dog. I miss my dog like crazy. He stayed with a couple of friends, and I'm sure they spoiled the stink out of him. And I just love that dog so much, and I can't wait to snuggle my puppy baby, and I just want to kiss his furry little face, and I just freaking love that dog. I know. Anybody who loves dogs, like, you know why I'm going off like this. But also bittersweet because I love this place. Like, it was such a cool experience, and we saw so many cool things. Like, we went to Inyo National Park, we stayed in Yosemite, which was amazing, and then we visited San Francisco today, and it was just so cool. And I'm really not looking forward to the travel home because I feel like the end, like the last leg of a trip, is always the worst part. Like, we spent 4 hours driving today, then we spent 4 hours driving today, and then tomorrow we have to be at the airport like 3 hours before our flight because, oh my goodness, I think I told you guys this, but we missed our gate by literally a minute. Like, literally a minute. We were in line, we were there, and the thing shut. Like, the computer closed the gate, so they couldn't process our passport. Like, oh man, it sucked so bad. So we don't want anything like that happening on our way home. We just want smooth sailing. But then we're gonna leave here at 1 o'clock this time, and then it's like a 5-hour flight, which will make it like, oh, bad in math right now, like 8 o'clock our time when we land, and then we have to get all of our stuff, we have to get our cars, and then we have to drive at least an hour and a half, 2 hours if there's traffic, hopefully there's not, home. So it may be midnight by the time we're done tomorrow, and I'm not looking forward to the long day, and I'm just looking forward to hanging out in the hotel room. I'm gonna do some reading, which I haven't done pretty much any of. I think I read like 15 pages this whole trip. But Jared's got the kids down at the pool. I want to read some of my book and just have a quiet night, maybe get some takeout, just chill while the kids fall asleep. And we have to get up at like 7:30 and go get breakfast and then go to the airport and wait. So that's that. Anyway, if you made it to the end of this vlog, you're a trooper, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you thought the things that we saw were as cool and as pretty as we did. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below. What were you up to this week? Let me know what was going on. Did you have any cool vacations this summer? Let me know while you're down there. Don't forget to hit subscribe and the bell next to it so you don't miss any future notifications. I do upload most Mondays and Thursdays when I'm on my game, and I will talk to you guys all soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.